Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and thankfully we can all breathe a sigh of relief as Lie in Wait, the Omega Broken Rogue Quest, has been banned from the Early Access Tavern Brawl. No, I'm not kidding. They banned every single quest, including a couple of other cards. I'm gonna go into it, why it happened, and also why I kind of think it's a mistake. I don't love it. I think part of it's good, but part of it's not great, and also kind of highlights the bigger problem going on with the Early Access Brawl, which I love, but I have everything, and we'll talk about all that. And of course, we have our giveaway still going on for 3 rewards tracks out of my pocket. To enter the giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until next Tuesday, I will add another rewards track to that giveaway. So hit that sub button, make me go Baroque. So yes, Lie in Wait, literally you cannot play this card in the Early Access Brawl, and we got this blue post, which will be linked down below if you want to take a look, where it says, "Hello community, our philosophy with the pre-release Tavern Brawl is to give players an early opportunity to experiment with upcoming expansion cards while still keeping the format inclusive by allowing cards from the previous expansion. We've noticed that across the time cards aren't seeing as much play as we would want." Well, I don't think it's a balance issue on that part for the most part. I think it's that most people can't get the freaking cards. We'll talk about that in a second. To encourage more fun and experimentation with the new set, we're banning all legendary quests for each class, along with Elise the Navigator. An alternate reality will remain disabled for this pre-release due to a bug, but will be fixed in an upcoming hot fix. We'll be carrying forward the lessons learned here and applying them to the future Tavern Brawls to ensure a smoother, more engaging experience. So yeah, if you're not aware, the cards that got banned, like they said, Elise the Navigator, she's just busted. Like I tweeted out like Wisp is the hero of the Brawl, because you want to put Wisp in every deck so you can play Elise, unless you're playing like Rafam, which most people can't because they don't have the card. Alternate reality was also banned, which was, I faced that. Somebody was playing it and like they played it and I'm like, wait, they're not playing choose one cards. What is going on? Basically, you played alternate reality, it discounts all the cards by 1, but no transformation happens. So it was like an Incanter's Flow on everything in your hand and deck. It was actually really broken. So that's been banned, and yeah, I don't know how that bug gets through because it's supposed to pull from Wild, right? And that's not really an issue. All the other cards that pull from Wild work in this Brawl. So whoops, that's a really bad one. Like someone didn't even try the card out. And then yeah, every quest. So we have Reanimate the Terror, Unleash the Colossus, Restore the Wild, the Food Chain, the Forbidden Sequence, Reach Equilibrium, Lie in Wait, Spear to the Mountain, Escape the Underfell, and Enter the Lost City. And it is noted here, note that players with a banned card in their deck can retire their run. Its cost will be refunded. So if you're stuck on that, just retire it. You'll get your tickets for it. A deck with a banned card will have that card highlighted in a red hue. To retire, please go to your Brawl deck and hover over the header in the top right corner. So again, if you want to play that Brawl, you've been locked out, do that. You get your tickets back. You could do another Brawl, or you could play the arena, whatever you want. They're your tickets. Do what you want. So yeah, that happened to me. Like there were absolutely needed to be some changes. There was 2 cards in particular that were dominating the Brawl, and it was just making it really unfun that you were facing just these decks for the most part. In Quest Warrior was actually doing better than Quest Warlock, probably because Warrior could beat Warlock, but overall, that was actually trending to be even more played than Warlock as time was going on. Also, of course, the Warlock quest, which is just still absurd, even though it's missing like half the deck. It's infinite value, lifesteal, rush, charge, taunt, really hard to deal with for any deck that's kind of, you know, hampered by a limited card pool. And also the Demon Hunter quest is doing really well, but that one I didn't want to see get banned because it doesn't really seem play in standard. And that was my issue, is like, why are we banning all these quests, most of which suck or aren't great in even the Brawl, but for the few that are actually good in the Brawl, they haven't been great on ladder outside of Warrior and Warlock, it would have been just kind of fun for people to try that out because they haven't really been able to play their quests. And the main issue I see with people actually playing new cards is having the new cards. You can't play what you don't have. And even if you've watched like my stream to get all the drops and you've done all these things to get extra packs, you're looking at like what, a dozen packs you open, maybe, I don't know, what's the best you could do? Maybe 20, probably not even. You're guaranteed like a legendary out of that and like maybe an epic or two. To try and make a deck out of that is pretty brutal. So yeah, led to me to tweet out, people would be more likely to play the new cards in the Tavern Brawl if there was actually a reasonable way of opening them outside of spending a fortune on pre-orders. Banning half of the playable old cards isn't going to fix that issue. And would you believe it? When I kept playing, I did another 9 hours of Brawl last night. We've done 20 hours over 2 days. I played a lot of Hearthstone, and we will have a gameplay video later today of my last run before the ban. The deck was too good, but I actually got 2 more wins with Talanji's really good. Anyways, what I'm saying is after that happened, all I faced were Frost Death Knights and Elemental Shamans with no new cards. They banned all the other stuff, dude. Should they ban Frosty K? Ban Elemental Shaman and stop these pesky players from not playing the new cards? And ironically, I actually had a final boss or someone near the end, and he was playing Elemental Shaman. He came into my chat to say GG, and I just said, question to you, viewer, why aren't you playing new cards? I was trying to be like, oh, I'm mad. I'm not. I totally get it. But I'm like, why aren't you playing new cards? And he simply answered, I don't have the mega bundle. That's all I have. And I'm like, exactly. Thank you. You're just confirming what I basically already know, that most people would love to play like Reform, right? They'd love to play it, but unless you're lucky enough to open it, you're probably not going to be able to. So the idea of people playing like, you know, free to play friendly decks that don't have new cards, they could keep playing the Brawl and get more packs. Maybe they can get that, right? But it costs 300 gold. It's not cheap. You don't get any gold back. You don't get any tickets back. It's a gold sink on top of they're just trying to get you to pre-order, right? That's really the deal. But I think it's a little too far where if they're making a comment like this, right, where they want it to be philosophy of the Brawl to allow people to experiment with new stuff while not being, you know, being inclusive to older stuff, why not like temporarily grant, like maybe you could pick a class that you could just temporarily have all the cards for that one class only for the Brawl that you could pick. So you really want to try Reform? Well, you pick Warlock and you get all the Warlock cards, and that's pretty fun. And then maybe I do want to play other stuff, then I'll pre-order to play something else. But right now it feels like you have no choice for the most part, unless you spent a lot of money to play anything new. And I think that's a major hamper on the variety of the mode. I mostly face, when I play, Elemental Shaman now and Frost TK, and I don't blame my opponent at all. I totally get it, but that's the majority of what I'm facing. And when I do face something new, it's pretty fun to have that new matchup, and it's really rare. And I even said, I tweeted out my stats. I streamed for over 9 hours. I did 3 Talanji DK runs, 1 pre-ban with Elise, 2 without it, but we'll have the Elise run later, 1 Medivh Priest run, 1 Face Hunter run, 1 Big Druid run, and 1 Nature Shaman run. I have like, I'm literally missing 1 legendary. That is it. I have everything. I've gotten good packs. I bought everything. But regardless, I got 6 wins every run. Like, is it almost, it's confirming that the new stuff can win. It's just people can't play it, right? So I say it's confirmed pay to win, but you can win with other stuff. The main point being is that, yeah, if people have the newer stuff to play, I think they would be more inclined to do it. So if that's really what they're after, which I don't think it's what they're after, I think they just want more people to pre-order and waste their gold in this Brawl. But if that is what they're after, they got to make it more accessible. Do I think that will happen? No, I don't, but I just wanted to put that out there, that if you do have that frustration where you would like to play a Reform, something cool, it's really hard to do, almost impossible, unless you're like me, who got the pre-order, like the mega bundle, the regular pre-order, and the sequential bundle, did all the drops, have done a ton of all these Brawls, had great pack openings. Yeah, then you could play all this stuff, right? Like, that's not realistic for the average person, and I feel like they're probably aware of that. I just wish, if they're charging an arm and a leg for cosmetics and all this stuff, making a ton of money already, like, can you let the early access Brawl be a bit more fun fun, let people have a little bit more accessibility, not asking for everything, but maybe just a touch more would be great. Anyways, let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. I'll have a gameplay video later today of that Talanji DK run. It's such a sweet deck. It's really good. And yeah, again, without Elise, I'll talk about that later. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.